Come on! 3-2 Manchester United. Cunha, Drogu WONDERGOALS. It's pandemonium. I'm on cloud 9. I don't recognize my club. Come on! Yes! Oh, the stress. Come on. What a victory. We today beat one of the best teams in the world. We had their number today. We're gonna detail the game. We're gonna go through it. I just got to get the excitement out. Hang on. I got the first time in 8 years. Hang on. Here we go. I've got to have a little drink for this one. I weren't going to drink today, but I am now because I've got a toast. I've got to toast my boys. What a victory. Chin chin. But my word, what a game. Enthralling. An amazing spectacle. There is no doubt about that whatsoever. It was an amazing spectacle. But look, I'm going to start. I am going to talk Arsenal on the show. We're going to go through your comments. Of course, we're going to do all of that. Let's get the admin out the way to begin with, please, people. Like the video if you haven't done so already. I know a lot of Gooners will be tuning in. We've got a lot of Gooners that support the Terrace. I know your team didn't win today, but still support the platform. Please, that would be very, very nice if you would do that for us. Like, share, subscribe, put this across your social media platforms. So much to go through. I'm so happy. I didn't expect a win. I did say I felt we could get a win today. I thought a draw. What did I say? I predicted 2 on Arsenal. I said my hope is saying 2-2. My heart, said 2-1 United, and I thought it was better than that. The way it went, the way the game went, I wouldn't have. If you offered me 3-0 now, I'll win the way we did. I'm taking the way we won. It was an amazing game. There is no doubt about that. It was an amazing game of football to watch, not from an Arsenal perspective, of course. I understand you'll see it differently, but I am just over the moon. I can hardly speak. And there's a few things I want to point out here to begin with, because I'm starting off with Manchester United, the victors today. It took 35 games. It took practically an entire season under Ruben Amorim to win back-to-back Premier League games, to win 2 in a row. Michael Carrick has done it in his first 2 games, which were against Manchester City and Arsenal, the 2 best teams in England. I want to first start off by saying, Michael Carrick, take a bow, sir. Another tactical masterclass. You set up correctly. You made the right substitutions. And this is a really strong message now. And if you're weak of mind, leave. When people like myself, after we drew with Burnley, stated that the way Fletcher had us play was the United way, we got laughed at. But you lost. It's about the intent to try and win. Man United went into this game, but we had to sit in for the first 20, 25 minutes. We had to. Because Arsenal start their games with great intensity, and they have better players on the ball than we do. And they were going to dominate the ball. They were going to pop it around. And we had to sit strong. We had to be resolute. We had to be almost impossible to beat and break down. And we did that very, very well indeed. And then a good bit of play from Arsenal down the left-hand side leads. We'll break down the goals more in a moment, but it leads to a goal. And then we have to open up and start attacking a little bit more, and we did. We then take the lead for a wonderful bit of football. Arsenal get themselves back in through another set piece, and they score. It's 2-2. The crowd's up. But what did Michael Carrick do? What did Michael Carrick do both times we conceded? Especially when we conceded in, the 88th minute of the game. What did he do? He did what a real Manchester, not 84th minute of the game. Michael Carrick did. I want to make sure I put this out there properly. What Michael Carrick did after we conceded the equaliser in the 84th minute is what is part of the Man United DNA, which is what a real Man United manager should do. You say, right, we go for the win as well. We're not just going to sit in and accept this draw. Arsenal are going to go for the win. There's going to be space. And that's what he instructed these players to do. And within 3 minutes, Cunha gets the ball. A nice one-touch play, buries it into the bottom corner. A magnificent goal and a deserved victory. I feel Man United as the underdog, as the weaker team and squad, a manager that's only been here a week, just over a week. to go out there and score 3 goals. It's been 121 games since any team has scored 3 or more goals against Arsenal, and we did it at the Emirates. It's the first time we've won there in 8 years or 8 seasons. Back-to-back victories to boot, but it's the intent. That's the Manchester United way. We don't always need to be the team in possession. It doesn't always have to be the most flamboyant football, but it's that intent to win. So Michael Carrick, sir, congratulations on the victory today. Back to the training ground tomorrow, preparing for the next game, feet firmly on the ground. But well done, sir, because I feel that was impeccable, and you demonstrated everything I love, everything I fell in love with, and everything I adore about Manchester United today in every single which way. So thank you. In terms of the game itself, it was such an interesting one because there was luck for both teams, quality for both teams. But I want to speak about the opening, the second United goals, because for me, there's something that's gone viral in the Man United fan base in the last few weeks, and that has been the rondos and the one-touch passing. The training has changed, and they've spoke a lot about there's a lot more working with the ball on the ground and a lot less running. And what I found really interesting is that in both matches, both against City and Arsenal, we have scored goals or maintained possession. I had great moments with some really brilliant one-touch, intricate passing. And we hadn't seen that for a long time at the club. The Drogu goal, I have to tell you, one of the reasons I was so desperate in the end to be on the winning team wasn't just because it's Man United. And if you've watched my channel long enough, you know this. For me, those goals can often be forgotten in history if they're scored by the loser, unless they're an equalizer to draw a game. Drogu's goal, it's Man United's goal of the season. I don't care what else happens. And it maybe will be the Premier League goal of the season. It was a throwback to Tony Ybarra. The one-touch pass in between him and Bruno Fernandes was out of this world. The half volley to beat David Raya. The backdrop of the game, out of this world. And I've already alluded to it. I'm going to touch on it again. I don't think Matheus Cunha has been a bad signing for Man United. I feel he's had far too much stick and far too much criticism from people. And today, I knew it'd be a great game for him to come on. Once we went 2-1 up, I sat there and this is a Cunha game now. We need Cunha on the pitch, and we did. And that goal from him, he has scored a couple for us this season. But the goal he scored today, I've been waiting for him. And maybe it was the system. Maybe it's the way we were playing. Maybe it's because we were really leading or in the position we were in, you know, when a team's really going hell for leather against us, where he's had a bit more space. But the amount of times I saw Cunha score that goal for Wolves, I was waiting for it in a Man United shirt, and we got it tonight. I want more of it, no doubt, but I thought he was majestic when he came on. Those 2 goals, to win it with those 2 screamers, was just absolutely beautiful, poetic, and amazing. Absolutely amazing on every single level. And I'm still just a little bit in shock. I also want to shout out Lemaines today. Yes, we conceded 2 goals. He can do nothing about the first one. Maybe a little flappy for the corner that came in, but most goalkeepers end up flapping at Arsenal's crosses at some point. But 2 or 3 brilliant saves, commanded that area fantastically. And again, it's a game, forget Carrick, forget Ten Hag, forget Ruben Amorim. If Onana was still in our goal, we don't win that game. It's as simple as that. Arsenal might have scored directly from 3 corners today, to be honest with you. With those guys in goal, I thought he was majestic. And there's other names I haven't mentioned, and you guys are going to do that in the comment section below. I am just trying to catch a breath because I was just pacing up and down my office, scratching my head. I weren't pulling my hair out. This hair cost me a lot of money, so I don't do that. But just absolutely made up with what we did today. I'm going to jump to some of your comments now because that helps me to calm down at this point. Crazy. Let's go to some comments here. Odegaard, stinker and hooked. Bruno over Odegaard every day. Best attacking midfielder and most assists in the Premier League. I'll tell you something, right, about this. Bruno Fernandes, I think about 4 or 5 times today, gave away silly balls. There was actually an opportunity for Arsenal to score in the first half, and Saliba should have put it across the 6-yard box, but he dragged it back to Rice, and Martinez got a great block in. But Bruno's always going to give away passes like that. And I've never been a United fan that's overly criticised him for it. because that's also the reason why he creates so many chances, because he takes those risks. And I think Odegaard's an excellent football player overall. I think he's a great technician. I'm not someone that dunks on him like other people do, but I think you're absolutely crazy if you wouldn't take Bruno Fernandes over him personally. If you wouldn't take Bruno over Odegaard, I think you're watching the wrong sport. No, I'm disgusted as an Arsenal fan. Only positive was we're still top of the table, but even that feels shit. Anyways, come on, you gooners. Don't ever compare Odegaard to our Bruno. Not even close. Your manager hooked your captain. He didn't deliver when needed, but he controls games. I bet Arsenal's motivation is shot and confidence. Hold that, Arsenal, you frauds. Credit to United. Congrats to Man City. You have won the league. I've seen this story before. Arsenal's drop off and City go on a demonic run of form. I'll be honest with you. I think Arsenal fans have got to criticize their team today. And it'll be a game where you watch your team closer than I did, because I was focusing on Man United. It's my club. But I think I'll be honest with you, bro, I respect the super chat. Thank you for the donation to the channel. But personally, I think that if you guys start throwing in listen, the Arteta outers tonight are going to say sacking today, whilst you're 4 points clear at the top of the league, whilst you're cruising in the Champions League. That's because that's all they have left. I think the last thing your team needs is more nervous and negative energy. I think they need your encouragement. I think they need criticism when they do bad, but I think they need encouragement personally. They've been standing for a couple of weeks, and every time you guys have dropped points in the last few weeks, everyone gets angrier and angrier, and the results in the league don't turn around. Trust me, I'm telling you the truth. Congrats, United fans. Should be buzzing. Hope people realize now why Arsenal fans always fear the worst, our own worst enemy. I will say, I feel Man United were very good today as well, though. Defensively, both in the last 2 weeks, we've stopped the two best teams in the league down from creating any real clear-cut chances in the game. So I know that Arsenal fans were looking at themselves, but I'm going to be honest with you all, I'm not letting any credit being taken away from Manchester United. 2 games running, we stopped both teams creating any... Like, you did get a big chance, Arsenal, in the game, because obviously the Moreno chance was considered a big chance, but that was from the set piece. I'm talking through open play. And the reason why that is so significant is every fucker was creating 2 or 3 against us in every game for the last 2.5 years. But I get why you're looking at it internally. Sorry, Carrick, you must have wrote another super chat and got to you. United, nothing I enjoy more than Arsenal fans' tears. Josh here says, a magnificent performance. Those wonderful wonder goals were incredible. That's Premier League football and a classic Man United Arsenal match. Carrick is showing his worth. Our team has composure. We do right now. Fair play to Fletcher. Oh, that's why you meant Carrick. I hear you. That is poor from Odegaard, non-existent. Saka not performing up to standard. This club needs to be criticised. There's levels, and they folded. It's weak. I do think your team folded today. I'm going to get into that in more detail on the show. Oh no, Terry, stay on loan. You haven't ever recalled back. I'm joking, but all I heard was unbeaten at home. Blah 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 blah. I said on Friday we played like we did last week with better attackers. We win. You called it, Josh. You did. And listen, by the way, I'm straight back on loan to Arsenal because I don't think we can win the league, and I don't want City winning it. So I will be giving them my support, and I'll still protect Arsenal from nonsense in the media. Remember yesterday, the media was saying they have to win the treble as a minimum. All that nonsense. I'll always do it because I don't like bad things for football. But today, Man United were the better team. We're going to go into detail on that. Baba Ole Terry, drinks on me, hate was successful. Big up, Dyke. I haven't been this excited to watch United play in a very long time. Finally seeing that United DNA. Give it to Carrick. Look, what I am going to say about giving it to Carrick, for the past 10 days, I've had a lot of stick here on the Football Terrace on the United stand for suggesting that Michael Carrick should even be considered for the job. And I stand by what I said 3 days before he managed his first game and after the first 2 performances. If we are the better team in most games, if we dominate against the teams we should dominate against, if we win a high percentage of our matches, then we have to look at hiring him full time. Doesn't mean he should get the job unanimously with no one else being interviewed, but he has to be a consideration. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Meritocracy is one of the cornerstones of Manchester United. You can't back our way, our DNA. You can't want to get back to our very best. When we were at our pomp in the best eras of our club, is when meritocracy ruled. So 2 games in, 2 brilliant performances, 2 brilliant wins, but I wouldn't give him the job today. But you mark it down on his kind of CV. You mark it down on the checklist and go, okay, well, he's done great there. Let's see what Fulham and Tottenham at home look like now. Drop stinkers in those games and lose them. Everyone's going to change their minds. We don't need a manager that's brilliant in the big games and rubbish in the smaller ones. But yeah, fantastic. Absolutely fantastic from Michael Carrick. And I want to give a big shout out to Steve Holland. A lot of stick, a lot of nonsense towards him, a lot of disrespecting his career when he came in. Fantastic 2 games running from the both of them. Let's fucking go. Here we go. Arsenal back to standards. Chelsea should be rubbing their hands because I know I am. It was only a matter of time until Arsenal ran out of luck. Watch Arsenal's downfall. They're going to choke is what Nabil says here. The real Reds came to town and ended the streak. Let's go. Glory, glory, Man United. Thank you, Chief United. This trash team, Arsenal, can't win the league. Let's go. Make sure they don't win it. I mean, listen, I will say this to City fans. Of course, celebrate today. But you got to improve yourselves. Yes, Terry, get in. Big up, Rob. Thank you for joining us today. Liverpool can still do the double. Oh, sorry, that's from last night. I like that. I've gone in the wrong order, right? So I'm going to end up missing some of these super chats. I'm going to try and get to all of them, though. Sorry. Was that not a handball from Maguire? No, it wasn't. Exactly the same as Odegaard versus Liverpool last season or the year before. It's been I don't like the rule. I would change the rule, but it's not about whether I think it's right or wrong. It's what are the laws of the game. The hand that you're gonna put on the floor when you're making a tackle or you're falling over, it's not deemed handball. It's just nothing. And we've seen many of them like that not given. So no, it isn't. Congrats, Terry. Well deserved. United get all the credit in the world. I'm getting concerned about our inability to play anything but hyper structured and patient first football. In fairness, Gary Neville spoke about that on Sky Sports, and he does have a point. Sometimes you just got to mix it up a little bit. And interestingly, your opening goal came from Hincapié crossing that ball early into the box. And it's a little bit of a disruptor because you're not prepared for it. And some Arsenal fans have the nerve to compare Bruno to Odegaard. So I think Odegaard's a good player. I do think he controls games. I do think there's excellent elements to him. I'm not going to play the game of he's shit and not a crap player. But in terms of attacking midfielder, Bruno Fernandes is clear of everyone. Everyone. 2 in a row. United stopped the appointments from creating any clear-cut opponents, from creating any clear-cut chances. We did. So much credit's got to be given. I want Roy Keane to start slagging off Michael Carrick's wife more. I don't mean it. Keano, call her a whore. Roy Keane, call her a whore. Because it seems to be working. No disrespect, Carras. I don't know how to go at you. Come on, Keano. Do it for the football gods. Solid United defence kept Trossard, Saka, Odegaard quiet. Magic from Drogu Cunha won it. It's Carrick, you know. Listen, double squad. This is Brian. Brian was one of the first ever guests the Football Terrace had on nearly a decade ago. It wasn't the Football Terrace back then. It was called the United Terrace. Actually, it was called the Devil's Bus TV. It was the first channel I had. It says, well, where do we go from here? What a great last 12 days under Carrick. 2 big wins. Some of those finishes today were out of this world. Arsenal starts to the second half, sold the game, big up the Terrace. I do agree with you. I think Arsenal not starting that second half with intensity was so poor from the players and from Mikel Arteta. Really, really poor from them indeed. Honestly, thought United would go way more, would be way more exhausted from that City game. Guess the week's rest did them good. Yeah, and there's fresh players in our team. There's fresh players like Kobbie Mainoo. Can you imagine something about Man United for a moment? Can you imagine a world where there were Man United fans that got hoodwinked into believing Kobbie Mainoo couldn't play football? Shame on them. I don't want anyone blaming Arteta. He made early subs. Players did not win either duels, moved the ball too slow and sloppy. This was on the players. It's a fair point. You know, he did go very attacking and hell for leather in about the 60th minute of the game. We know we have the attackers and they can be deadly. The defense still has question marks, but we took our chances. Arsenal set up wrong on the day is what John United says here. Thanks for ending Arsenal's defensive record. Arteta fraud is what IFL says here. All away teams won today. I did get nervous when I saw that because I thought it'd be a bad omen for us, but very happy to win. Thank you, Ibrahim, for the congratulations. It means a lot to me. Thank you. Much needed reality check for Mikel and Arsenal. Ice T says, and just like that, Liverpool is out of European football for next year. I know it's still halfway through the season, but this is a heavy nail in the coffin. Stay tuned to see more shitstorms. By the way, I haven't even looked at the what's the league table saying? Oh shit, we're fourth. We're fourth. I like that. We're ahead of Chelsea. And we're ahead of. By the way, I never would have guessed that. Yeah, boy. Have a keeper that makes brilliant saves, scores random luck goals. Have a ref that refuses to give yellows. The equation for beating this Arsenal team. What's stopping Carrick getting the job? Congrats. Obviously, I've already touched on that already, but I think it's too wrong to do that. Too early to do that. Maybe this was a wake up. Will wake us up and be more organized defensively and not lapsed in concentration. We still have a 4-point lead. Let's refocus again. I do agree with you. I think the last thing that Arsenal players and the manager need is they need criticism. They need to be told off by the fans, but they don't need Arteta out conversations. They don't need sack everyone. They don't need their players to be abused in the DMs. That's not going to help you win. By the way, that's what the Arteta out was won. They don't want you to win, so they're going to try and cause a storm to hurt you further. Your players need criticism, but they need your arms around their shoulders. Trust me. Trust me, they need an arm around their shoulder right now. Slagging them off isn't going to help you, but that's just my opinion. By the way, it's ironic, Egal shaming Cunha for ambition because he was joining us. Also, spot on about Carrick, Terry. But for me, the man of the match is the keeper, the saves, the commander of the box, claims in the air. Listen, I think Lemaine's deserves man of the match. I agree. Although I don't know if Drogu can score that goal or not get it, bruv. What a goal. And by the way, I will say this as well. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to do that later on. I'm just the recruitment and Ineos and I'm not even going to go into it today. Today isn't the day. Congrats, Terry. Enjoy it. United showed the Premier League what football is about. No negative play. We are used against us. We now need to use this defeat to motivate. Well, look, Man United did today exactly what I said when I was talking to Don and Staffy on Friday. We did today exactly what we had to do. We had to sit back like everyone does against Arsenal. If you open up too early against Arsenal, they'll kill you, they'll destroy you, they'll ruin you. It's just a fact. You can't get away from it. They'll ruin you. But then when you do attack, you have to do it with deadly force and intent. So you don't counterattack with one player. And there were a few times where we went long and it's just in Mbumo chasing the ball. It's just pointless. But when we did press, because pressing is part of your attacking, when we did counter, we did it in threes and in fours, and it causes problems. What that then lets Arsenal know is, well, we can't just go gung-ho attacking because there's going to be players in behind that can hurt us. And that's the balance that you need to have against Arsenal. That is the balance that you need to have. And that's why there was the space for Cunha, because they didn't come and sit back. They were going for the win. And you exploit that space by putting 3 or 4 players up there. If you go back and watch the goal, Bruno, Ahmad, actually, no, Šeško might have been on the pitch by then. I think he was. Ahmad was still on the pitch. I think Ahmad, Bruno, Cunha, Šeško, they were all up in that area of the football pitch. They were all up there in that area. That's attacking with intent. That's different from parking 11 men behind the ball and trying to see out a result. And that today for me was probably my favorite part of what Michael Carrick and the team did. I thought it was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Let's do some more of these comments. I'm going to go to the panel soon, but You guys, no disrespect to the panel, more important. Carrick facing low blocks is when you analyze him. I mean, you analyze everything, don't you? And I think for me, how we do against Fulham, how we do at home against Tottenham, there our next 2 games, is a different type of judgment. But these 2 games have been brilliant, and I will credit him that. But like I've said all season, even when Carrick wasn't here, feet firmly on the ground. Thank you, Michelle, for your super chat. You didn't say anything, but thank you. Arsenal, Arsenal, are you proud with how you score your goals? Poop is what V33 says. 0.98 XG and conceded 3 goals is a bit unlucky, but offensively, we are not good enough. Good game from United, but we will get back with wins for sure. Yeah, listen, but again, it's actually less on FootMob. FootMob have it as 0.73 expected goals, and it'll probably be even less from open play. Now, it was all from open play. We didn't create anything from set pieces today. So yeah, there is a little bit of being unfortunate in that, of course, because Drogu could probably hit that shot another 20 times. It wouldn't go in. Cunha could hit that shot maybe. I think Cunha takes that shot with that space 10 times. I think he scores at least 2 of them. He hits target maybe 3 or 4 of them. But yeah, there is a little bit of fortune in that. There is no doubt about it. And often these types of games are separated by moments of brilliance. But this is why I don't play the silly games a lot of the shit YouTubers play. I don't play down. I never slag anyone's team off for moments of brilliance, do I? Because then when your team does it, you can celebrate it with impunity and you're not sitting there backtracking looking like a dickhead online. Moments of brilliance, we should be wanting more of it, not less of it. More structure, better approach, play and patterns and all that shit, right? And that's important. I say shit, I'm just being flippant. But you want more moments of brilliance. Why would you not? It's crazy the amount of hate Arsenal get from fans that claim they don't care and are not afraid of Arsenal. Arsenal living rent-free, still top. Listen, I think you guys should criticize your team today. I don't think you should be losing your minds. But it's hard because you're going to get the media jump on you now. O'Hara jump on you, talk sport, all the Arteta outers, and they're going to love it. Like remember, the Arteta outers have been starving for weeks. This is how that's how they pay their rent for the next 3 months off today. Those TikTokers are going to be busy. Don't ever want to hear again Odegaard and Bruno conversations. Different leagues. Bruno, the best 10 in the world. Do you know what? I don't even care about the comparisons. I want to hear the Man United fans who have slagged him off for years come on here tonight and say sorry. Original base Annie says, we so happy. My dad upset he lost and the Emirates went flat. Now let's push on to the Fulham and Spurs game. We have seen such a different United. Glory, glory, Man United. We have. And listen, there's an opportunity here of making a Champions League spot. It's very likely going to be top 5. Let's go for it. Let's get back in the Champions League. Let's start spending some money. Let's start building the new stadium. Keep the pressure on the owners every day. Yes. But let's go for it. Matt here says, Cunha is a baller. Tonight was a flashback to watching him in the old gold. Even though I'm getting a little tired now of watching everyone we sell go on and do wonders. Mane next. Yeah, I like Mane. Looks good, bruv. Mane looks good. I was actually talking to your player liaison officer yesterday. I'm still friends with a few people at Wolves. And yeah, not that I'm involved in the deal, but there's already clubs circling for him, I tell you. But yeah, Cunha's brilliant. I think he's an excellent season. No, actually, let me rephrase. I think he's had a very good season. He's had a couple of bad games, but I think he's had an excellent season. And he, like a lot of these players, were being held back by the system, you know? And I still think we've got an average to good squad in its entirety, but the Cunhas and the Mbumos and the Brunos, these players are a lot better than they were looking in the previous system. Drogu, for 12 months, looked like an absolute bust of a signing. He's moved into an attacking role. He's really good. He's really good. I love him. I love him. You know how Arsenal win time-wasting free kicks, corners, throw-ins, goal kicks. They do it all the time. Carrick beat Arteta twice. He has his number. By the way, Andrew beat him twice. He beat him 3-2 twice, which is crazy. Let's see if there's some more super chats here. Watch Arsenal get shaky when they see this script. We've seen this script before. This living rent-free crap. 25 years. We have seen this pattern over and over and over. Your best for 5 minutes. Big game pressure, shit the bed. By the way, where's Anton? Why ain't Anton backstage yet, KJ? Let's chase this guy up. He was doing madnesses in the group chat. I can't wait to hear from him. Is he not coming? He ain't coming. Anton's bottled it. I can't believe it. Fair play to Cunha and Drogu. Finishes were class. Think you're class as well, Terry, with your unbiased analysis. Enjoy your celebrations. Thank you, Callum. And look, I'm going to enjoy myself tonight. What I'm not going to do is go over the top in terms of saying things about Arsenal I don't believe are true. Others might say things. That's on them. They're entitled to their opinion as well. But thank you, sir. How many worldies have been scored against Arsenal this season? Small moments of switching off are killing us against these starving results teams. Bruv. Oh, how we thirsted. Oh, how we thirsted. Who's coming in my room? Who's that? Oi. That's the kids. We won. Hey. We won. Where's my kids? Where's my kids? I want my kids.
Because he's wearing his Man Utd.
Ah! We won. We beat the Arsenal. We beat the Arsenal. Yes. Come on. Yes. We won. Dad nearly had a heart attack though.
What?
He had a heart attack.
How?
Why? I got excited.
Oh my god.
All right. Well, I'm going to get back to work. All right, kids?
Yeah.
Love yous.
Bye.
I think they're at the grandparents. I don't know where they've been. I've been working. Can you close the door though, please, sweetness? Thank you, darling. Yeah. Crazy. Anton hype. I was wrong about Amarim. Well done, United. This was impressive, especially that second half. Yeah, I agree. I was really impressed with the way we played. Any handballs today? No, it wasn't handball. Sorry, already read this one here. I'm going to come back to some more super chats later. We're going to start bringing the panel out because we've got about 60 minutes. We've got a lot of people backstage, lots to talk about, lots to go through. If you haven't hit the like button yet, please get that done for us. Very, very important to the channel. But oh my God, I can stop talking for a little bit now. Oh, wow. Oh, Anton has turned up. You pussy. I was reading the group chat and I didn't want to say anything back simply because I didn't want to upset the football gods. I was trying to be very, very controlled with Anton today. But anyway, let's move myself over. Let's get myself off the screen. Oh, I was actually, the show was sponsored today and I was too nervous. I didn't even set it up. Anyway, I'll have to ring them tomorrow and tell them. Right, who we got here? Let's start bringing people out. KJ's here, baby!
Wait, before you bring the rest of the Arsenal fans out, yeah,
listen. We got here? We got Cal. We got Brandon. We got Anton. Who else we got? We got so many people. We got Canadian Cam is in the house. Ash is here. Dayo is here. Sard is here. We've got more people back. I can't get anyone else on screen right now. StreamYard don't allow it. But
up top.
Get down there. We need more of us here, man. And listen, boys. What do we do when we beat Arsenal? We get that and we inject that into our flipping veins, man. Let's flipping go, bruv. Are you mad? Listen.
That Cunha celebration going straight into FIFA. Listen. Oi.
Fam, my head's on Mars. I don't flipping care. Are you crazy? Oi, sign the thing. My head's gone. I'm going to say craziness today. I don't mean any of it. I mean half of it. Sign the thing, Carrick. Sign the thing. Boy, Terry, you can go back. I just have to get that out, bro. Hey, how's it going? Can I keep going?
Nice. Just keep going. Go.
Listen. You see this, yeah? You see these set piece merchants, bruv, yeah? This is hold that, bro. Hold it. We deserve this. United fans have been holding smoke for like 14 months, 18 months, man. We've been holding smoke and corn from all of you, man. Yes, I see you there. You, man, yes, Anton in the shades. Hold that, bro. You especially, bro. Because you've been holding corn for everyone. Now, smell that sweet taste of misery. Because I love it. Absolutely love it. We today were efficient. We were solid. We were Man United. Because we didn't do we didn't dominate. We didn't need to dominate position. We didn't even need to have 10 shots on target. We just needed 3, baby. That's all we need. We needed 3 shots on target. We get the 3. You know what I'm saying? That's all we needed, baby. That's all we needed. We needed the freedom. The shackles were off. What you saw with flipping Drogu and Bruno, you will never see again. Because that, just listen, we haven't seen that for such a long time. Connection, flair, bravery. Just the fact that we were trying things from different places, different angles, and we weren't afraid. Yes, at the start of the game, we were pinned back, but we held strong. We stood our ground, and when the time was right, we started to come out, edge closer, come out a little closer. Yes, okay, we conceded an own goal. Cool, what happened? It was unfortunate. It was unlucky. But then we had a little bit of pressure, and they crumbled. They crumbled on the Zubamendi. You crumbled under the little bit of pressure, and next thing you know, Mbeumo's through. And then from there, you saw the confidence come through Man United. When we are confident, we can actually play football. Some of the things I was seeing us play wasn't necessarily have to be amazing, but it was precise. You could see there was conviction in our play. And that is what I love to see. That's Man United. We were brave. We had conviction. We were solid at the back. And the most dangerous thing about Arsenal was corners, bro. What were you doing from open play? Were we shook? Hell to the flipping no, bro. Your corners were the best thing that you had all game today, yeah? And you know what? I've been on your side to win the league because I can't have Man City win. And I don't think Woody will win. So I'm okay. But for today is the only day where I can say, hold that and mean it with my chest, bro. So I don't care what anyone has to say. And you know what? All you detractors of Cunha saying that is crap, you can hold that too. Because my man been waiting for this moment. He's been waiting for this time to run onto that ball like he was at Wolves and whip it into that bottom corner, man. Listen, when you man was surfing. The Man United in the black kit at the Emirates, different. Just hits different. And you know what? I want to calm down and then we can have actual conversation because my head has gone to Mars. But yeah, love that. Inject that into my veins.
I hear you, and it was so good seeing that.
Before we have a conversation, where's Egal?
Egal's not here yet. He's crying somewhere.
Why is Egal not here?
I'm not going to have a conversation just yet. I'm just going to say we may never lose again. We may never lose again.
Egal.
Obviously, I don't mean that.
Where's Egal?
Straight up.
I want Egal today, bro.
Yeah,
I just straight up, I got to say, like, oh my God. Oh, the difference in having first off a keeper that can fucking play football because that's the big that save at the start. That's the tone setter. That's like it ain't gonna be easy to score on us today. And honestly, like when you think about the balance of the game, listen, I think Tay, you kind of got it right. Like we were the better team overall. Like we were the balance of the game. Arsenal came at us. They threw everything they could at us, and we're like, "Chill, we got this. We got this." I think what was really telling, and what I think was a bit embarrassing, Trossard in the 11th minute celebrating getting a corner. That is far too early to be celebrating getting a corner. Like, ooh, we got a corner. We're gonna score. No, bro. Like, calm down. There's still a lot of football to be played. This isn't the end of the game where you need a corner to get a chance to score. We Carrick for me. Oh my goodness. Like, my head's on Mars too. Like when you think about, we watched Emirates bring on center backs at the 60th minute. We spent a year and a half watching our old manager bring on center backs to short the game in the 60th minute. Carrick was like, 91st minute. Okay, now we bring on an extra defender. Now we put our structure right. Lisandro Martinez. I need to talk about this, man. That's who I really want to talk about today because Lisandro Martinez, since he's been back in the side, what a defender. Him and Maguire, that defensive pairing today, they were just immense. They were so good. It was so good to watch. Like at no point did I feel worried. Like they just, every time the ball came in, I think Carrick's message to the team, though, even since that City game, because I watched it last night to be prepared for this. We're putting legs on bodies. We're putting hands on bodies. Like we got 2 early yellows in that City game. This game we came out. Saka was rattled all game. Every time Luke touched him, at one point he's like, where's the yellow? Where's the yellow? Like, no, we were bullies today. And that's what I love to see. Absolutely. Like Casemiro, every chance we had a chance to crash into a tackle, we did. Martinez with the little shot in the back of the head and Jesus crumbling. Like, to me, today, the Arsenal players were a bunch of pussies. I'm going to say it. You ain't got to say it, Brandon. Bunch of pussies on the pitch. I'll say it for you. No one can get mad at me for saying it because that's what it was. It was a bunch of soft-ass players on the pitch crying every time they got touched, every time they didn't get a result, looking around, looking for help from the refs. Handball this, handball. No, go play football, you fucking pussies. Straight up. We made them play. Sorry, I don't want you to get demonetized. I don't know what the word you're like. We played great football today. Nobody can say anything else about it. You look at all the detractors of Cunha, Bruno in the 10 playing one-touch football that nobody thought he could do. No one thought Bruno could play one-touch football. That's all he did all game, one-touch football. Everybody was so in sync today. It was beautiful to watch. Like Rachel said in a group chat, it was perfect. She goes, I love that we're all worried about Drogu being hurt. We're all worried about Drogu. Like, out of all the players in our team, we were all like, "Ooh, we hope Dorgu's okay." Like, we hope Drogu. Like, we have not been able to feel this confident about our players and our team for so long that it just feels so beautiful to go out there and watch a Man United 19 play, execute the plan. Moments of brilliance that people, moments of brilliance, FC. Yeah, fuck yeah, we had moments of brilliance. You need moments of brilliance. You need your players to step up in these moments. I am elated. I'm gonna let Staffy talk because he's been holding.
No, I hear you. I'm going to come to Staffy in a minute, and Staffy, I'm going to come in a second because Brandon's got to shoot. So I'm going to go to Brandon. Give us your view, Brandon, on Arsenal today, because obviously we're on cloud nine beating you, but from your point of view, started well, but could never really get going again, and conceding 3 goals at home as well. Break it down for us, Brandon.
You should absolutely be on cloud nine. I don't blame you one little bit. From where Man United have come from to what you're seeing now, it's totally different. I'd like to sit here, Tal, and just say that Man United were absolutely phenomenal today, and we just didn't have, it just wasn't our day. But the reality and the truth is, it's far worse than that. Far worse than that. The truth is that Man United did the basics so much better than us today. When I talk about basics, I don't just mean the simple passes and all the rest of it. I mean knowing when to go, knowing when to stay, knowing when to defend, knowing when to attack. And we was absolutely useless when it come to that today. When it come to that today, we was absolutely useless. I thought we started bright. Didn't really do too much, but we started with the right energy. We get the goal. Okay. And I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, cool, we can, Arsenal, they brought it up on Sky Sports. Arsenal, when they score first, they do not lose at home. We have not lost a single game this season when we score first. So you sit there and think, cool, that's all right. We're a goal up, chill a little bit now, chill. And what is Supermendy doing? What on earth is he doing? Not just Supermendy, by the way, because he made the error. But what's Declan Rice doing? Why are we trying to play around at the back? We're 1-0 up. We don't need to be doing that. Playing ourselves into trouble. What is all that about? But again, I've been here before, Tel, and I've said Supermendy is not press resistant. A little bit of pressure, and this guy folds. Absolutely folds. And we see it today. So we gift you a goal. All right? Then half-time. Half-time comes. I'm thinking, please, Arteta, get into these players, because what we've seen in that and witnessed in that first half is not good enough. It's not good enough if you want to go and win the league. We're coming out in the second half.
Question, Brandon? I know you want to say your bits, but I want to ask some questions. The viewers are bringing it up. What do you think when you say you weren't doing the basics right? The intensity that was there at the beginning of the game. Why was that non-existent from when you scored your goal practically until the final whistle? Why did that disappear, in your opinion?
Well, this is what I was just about to say, Tel. We come out in the second half, right, and we see it against Liverpool. We just allowed you to have the ball. Like, what are we doing? You do realise, yeah, City won yesterday. Aston Villa won. We're 4 points in front now, yeah, not 7, 4. We've dropped points against Forest. We dropped points against the poor Liverpool side. Today is the day at home against Manchester United where you have to turn up. You have to turn up. And we come out in that second half and we sit back and just invite pressure again. Why? And okay, Drogu's goal was an absolute worldie, right? And no goalkeeper in the world is stopping that. But we invited that on. Why? Why? Yeah? And then we scored a goal from the corner. By the way, Arsenal scored 42 goals in the league this season. 20 of them have come from corners. So people, or set pieces, should I say. So people to sit there and say, oh, we don't rely on set pieces. We clearly do. We clearly do. Because our Champions League, yeah, in 7 games, we scored 20 goals in the Champions League. So why is it that we really struggle to score goals, especially from open play, in the league? That's a big question that needs to be asked, right? But that's all irrelevant. So he makes the substitutions early on. They have zero impact. Just because Marino scored a little tap in from the corner doesn't mean that he had an impact. Yes, he scored from the corner. Anybody could have scored that from the corner. The substitutions had zero impact. Why? Because they were like for like again. We're taking off Odegaard, had a shit game again. Yeah? But why are we not keeping him on the pitch and bringing Eze on and really going for it if you're going to go for it? Because he's too scared about losing the midfield battle. He's too scared about getting battered and losing, right? Which we effectively did in the end anyway. But he's making these like-for-like substitutions. Jesus is coming off for Gyökeres again, yeah? Marino coming on in the midfield. And Marino, by the way, for Cunha's goal. What are you doing? Yeah? He's doing breakdancing on the floor. The fuck's all that about? I was furious with Madueke. I was absolutely furious with Madueke because we scored from the corner. Man United, yeah, take the kick off. They play a long ball up. It works its way back to David Raya. And I'm thinking, calm, boys. There's still time left in the game to go and get a winner. We do not need to go all out. The ball makes its way to Madueke and he runs it straight out of fucking play and gives it back to you again, which leads to Cunha's goal. And I'm like, what are we doing? He has the opportunity to square where we've got 2 players on the edge of the box. He has the opportunity to square the ball. And rather than doing that, he runs it straight out. Like, I can sit here and criticise the manager because I don't think this one-way sort of style of play that we have can consistently work, especially towards the latter end of the season, because you get found out. So we have to do more, especially from open play, and that has to change. It has to change, and that for me stems from the manager. But today, when I look at them players, I'm looking at Man United that want it more than us. I'm looking at Man United doing the basics better than us. I'm looking at Man United with more quality on the end of chances than us. And I'm sitting there and genuinely questioning these players and if they genuinely want to win this fucking league. Because that today, plus Forest last week, plus Liverpool before that, tells me that these players haven't got the bottle. And the only reason we are where we are is because everybody else has been crap. Let's just be real. We have been the best of a bad bunch. That's the truth of the matter. And people can sit there and deny it as much as they like, but that is the truth. We've been the best of the bad bunch. And if we go on to win this league, best believe I will be sitting here saying the same thing, because we haven't had to be great today, this season. We haven't.
That's false. That's just not true.
Look at some of the teams that we dropped points against, right? And
we've dropped points in the last couple of games, but I'm not.
It's always pressurized games as well where we drop points.
Brandon, Brandon, you've been had quite a lot to say there, and I get it. Like Cal, I want to go to Cal on that point. That's a big overarching statement that Arsenal are only top because everybody else has been crap. I know you're not happy with today, but is that an exaggeration in your opinion from Brandon?
Yes, I think it is an exaggeration. I am really pissed off, but where we are at where we're at because of the hard work that we put in the first half of the season. First half of the season, we played amazing football and we scored a lot of goals, and our defense was a lot better than it has been for the last couple of weeks. So that's what we built up a lead on hard work and good football. What's happening right now is that we're in a rut and we keep dropping points in the league. And because of our hard work in the first half of the season, we're able to still be top of the league right now. But it's not if we were playing like we did for the last 3 games for the entire season, we would probably be mid-table. Like, let's be honest. So I'm not going to say that we've been shit for the entire season. We're going through a really, really bad patch. But to be honest with you, this team at the moment, they're not showing championship mentality. This is a mentality problem. I don't care what anyone says. Like this you don't drop these points the way we do without it being a mentality issue. Because we should be winning. We should.
Just before we move on, let's talk about your amazing football that you said about at the beginning. The first half of the season. To name me the performances which stand out to you from Arsenal in the Premier League this season from the first half of the season.
I mean, once we.
But that's it.
Guys, look, I'll be honest with you. I don't want to get
that's a very
show left.
Yeah.
I don't want to get too sidetracked into other comments. We're talking about the game more than anything. Cal, I'll come back to you in a second. Dayo, what went wrong today in your opinion? Was it mentality? Were United just better? Why couldn't you really get going today in your opinion, brother?
Yesterday in the stream, I said this was going to be one of our most difficult games to play. If you remember at the beginning of the season, I told you, I said United are my dark horse this season, if anything else, like just the way you guys were. I'd said that at the beginning. What went wrong today for me, honestly, I think it was the players. It's all on the players today. Because first and foremost, the manager sets you up in such a way that at the beginning of the game, you had the game in your hands. You put in one goal, and then you make a stupid mistake. You give the ball away. You can't give the ball away to the qualities of Mbeumo's and players like they will score it. Okay, fine. You make that mistake. You reset and you come back in the second half. And I'm sure he told you, go back and do what you did in the first half. There's no way any manager is telling you go back and sit back and soak in pressure. The first 10 minutes, you start playing nonsense again, and he subs 4 players. The things that we have complained about, he even tried the formation that fans have been screaming for. Put Saka on the left, put Madueke on the right. Let's get a direct player on the right, and let's see if Saka can whip more balls in for Gyökeres. He did all of that. Today was all on those players. All on every single one of them. Zubimendi, your mistake, that's on you. Even what's his name? Marino that came in. Fair enough. You scored a goal from a set piece. That's something that we're good at doing. But then you looked crap in, defending the ball, losing the second ball, allowing Bruno to pass that ball, and so for me today was all on the players because Mikel Arteta made changes at 55 minutes. 55. So anybody trying to say, the manager, and he made changes that were attacking changes. Now I don't even know, like with the Odegaard thing, as poor as Odegaard was, you're saying keep him on the pitch and then bring in Eze. If Odegaard was that poor, why are you keeping him on the pitch?
He wasn't poor.
I know what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, I didn't say he was poor. I said for what people are saying, you're saying Odegaard was poor, but then you're still saying keep him on the pitch and bring in Eze. Like you can't say those two things, is what I'm saying. But anyways, today was on the players. It was disappointing. There was a general lack of intensity and moving the ball really quickly. General lack of intensity. Like we get the ball, and instead of just like literally passing the ball forward, and the only person who wanted to move the ball quickly was just running the ball out of the pitch. Something was off today, and I don't know what it was. I would chalk it up to the United Arsenal rivalry that has been for years. I think that again, we haven't conceded 3 goals since Brighton. That is something that we need to be looking at seriously as an Arsenal squad right now. Now, kudos to Manchester United for how they came in, how they set up, and how they played the game. United decided we're going to sit back, we're going to soak your nonsense, and when we get the chance, we're going to take our chances. What we did was we're going to attack, and not take our chances. Oh, we're going to cook all this food, but not serve it on the table. United are like, hey, we'll take your ingredients, and when we get in front of your goalpost, we're going to risk it all. I'm going to shoot from outside the box. I'm not going to wait to try and dribble through and get it through into the back of your net. I'm going to shoot from outside the box, have your keeper punch it out again if that's what it takes, and let somebody get a rebound. So kudos to United today. They wanted it more. You could see the intensity in the way they played. They won a lot of the second balls. When it was like 10 more minutes at the end of the game, a few more minutes at the end of the game, we had the ball, and instead of kicking the ball into the United box, kicking into United's half, we started the whole play from the back again, play from the back again, play from the back again. We can't keep playing this way in the league. Now, I'm just going to address the issue of set pieces and not scoring in the league, but scoring in the Champions League. If anybody says that this league has become easy to play in, I did not say the quality is better. I'm saying easy to play in. So I want you to understand my words. If anybody says that, you're being disingenuous and you're being a liar. In this league, this season alone, there's been 17 0-0 score draws. Last season, it was 16. The season before the last, it was 11. Teams are learning how to set up now and not allowing teams score against them. It's more difficult to score goals in this league right now, because if you think it's easy, look at all the strikers in all 20 teams. I think there's only 2 or 3 strikers with double-digit goals right now this season. There's only 2 or 3 of them. Every other striker in every other team, not it being an excuse, is on single-digit goals. Why? Because it's harder to score now. And we have to find a better way to do it. Arsenal just has to come up with a better way. If we're going to win this league, we can't just depend on the set pieces. Even open play goals, there's got to be a better way for us to be able to figure out how to do it. So yeah, today, kudos to Manchester United. You wanted it more. You showed grit, you showed power, you showed strength, you showed we're going to fight for every single ball. We're going to take risks. Something Arsenal did not want to do. We wanted to play it safe. We thought we could be in the stadium and just, pass
Sorry,
the ball.
Dayo, you said we have to figure out ways to score, better ways to score in this kind of defensive setup. Who should figure that out?
No, Mikel Arteta. Again, but that's what I'm saying.
So if Mikel Arteta has to figure that out, that means today is not on the players. That means today is on the manager. That means Forest is on the manager. That means Liverpool at home was on the manager, not on the players.
I'm talking about today's game. If you want to bring up Forest, I can agree with you on that. If you want to bring up Liverpool, I can agree with you on that. On today's game, it's more on the players for me than the manager because of how they were set up.
That's absolute BS.
Number two, if you say that it's on the manager to figure out how to score open play goals, other teams are also figuring out how to block it. We've seen this season already.
Okay, guys, I am gonna jump in again. Guys, no, sorry, I'm jumping in. I want to talk about today's game. I don't. All the shows we do in the week, straight facts, top 6 show. It's all about I want to speak about today's game. What could have been done differently? Goals. I want to keep it more on today's game, please, gentlemen. Please.
I'm addressing today's game.
I think today is another example of us being conservative, of us being too scared to go and grab this league. We want this league to be handed over to us. Right, we don't want to go grab it, right? Because the reality is we started well in the first 10-15 minutes. We took the lead from an own goal. Now, yes, the own goal came from our pressure, but we took the lead from an own goal. This goal that we conceded is a repetition of complacency that's been creeping into this team. It's not the first time it's happened. We did it against Tottenham. We did it against Bournemouth, where we do stupid mistakes because we're complacent. Because for us, it's all about control. And that's exactly what we did.
But that's what I said.
And even when they equalized, instead of Arsenal now getting up and trying to go for the game and say, you know what, that's a mistake, let's brush it under the rug. We're going to go kill these guys now because we're playing at the Emirates. We're a 10 times better team than them. Outside Bruno Fernandes, we're better than them in every position on the pitch by miles. But we decided, let's be conservative. Let's stay conservative. Guys, keep the ball. And then we started the second half in the exact same way. And someone came in my comments, watch along, and said, oh, we can't press all game. And when United had the ball and they were just keeping it and we were just standing and watching them. And I was saying, we need to press. We're losing. This is like a loss. And the guy in the comments was saying, big up Paul Mrs. who was like, Ash, that's childish. We can't press. And literally 2 minutes of them having possession, they walk through our midfield and then Drogu scores a screamer. And we only get up for the game because we're losing now. Now, because we're losing, we can't play conservative anymore because there's nothing else to take out of this, right? So we have to go. So now we commit players forward. Now we try to put more crosses in. Now we commit more players forward. This substitution that people are like, oh, look at his attacking substitutions. And this is why he wanted to go for the game. The way you go for the game, regardless of the lineup, is the way you set up, the way you press, the way you attack, the way you try and get the ball back from them. If United are having more than 5-6 seconds on the ball in a game where it's level, that shows that these are managerial instructions. And he took off Odegaard, who was actually having a good first half, and brought on Eze, who's been a bum all season in the 10, except for the Spurs game. That didn't make any difference, honestly. Eze did nothing. The manager was waving,
go forward.
And then Madueke, he waved go on when we were losing 2-1 after Drogu scored. Obviously, he's going to do that. He's not going to say, hey, guys, it's 2-1. Just sit back. It's fine. We'll get back into the game. He didn't do that when we were winning 1-0. He didn't do that when it was 1-1. He made 4 changes because he was desperate. Because now he's losing 2-1 at home. He knew that how much of an embarrassment this is going to be. He knew how much this could derail us. And then we get the equalizer because we're all gassed up.
Because you know he's going to.
We got the equalizer because we're all gassed up and we're like, oh, we 2-2, we could win this. We obviously slept and they ended up scoring another screamer.
No, but we've seen
That's
this
still
manager not
shit
make
on the
changes
way
even
we
when
set
we're-
up.
We've seen this manager not make changes even when we're 1-0 down, and you all complained about it. He doesn't bring anybody in. We're 1-0 down. He's refused to make subs. Now you're 2-1 down. The
Dayo,
manager's making subs,
I
and
don't.
you're saying that the
Again, I don't
manager
want to
has
go
done
because
nothing.
Terry said not to talk about the whole season. I'm talking only about this
I'm
game.
talking about
We'll
today.
talk about the
Today.
season
I'm
later.
talking about today. You're 2-1 down today.
The
If
issue
you're
I have
2-1
with
down
him
today, what do
today
you do?
is he needs to set the team to attack
What
from
were
the
you-
beginning. When we're 2 goals up or 3 goals up and you want to calm down and slow the game down, that's fine. This United team, I know, was a different manager, went to City at the Etihad and City put them to the sword. Liverpool went to City at the Etihad and City put them to the sword. I think we're going to win this league. Don't get me wrong. But I think we're going to win this league. By the way, I disagree with Brandon. We're top of the league, not because the other teams have been crap. It's because of both. Because the other teams have been crap and because we have been good. We have been the best. But the reality is, if this was City from 2 seasons ago or Liverpool from last season, we wouldn't be top 4 points right now. We are also lucky, while being quite good, that the other teams chasing us have been crap. But this game is a continuation of the last 2 crappy performances against Forest and against Liverpool when people said, it's points gained, guys. It's okay. And we let this United team come to our ground and again dance on our pitch like how freaking Lingard did last time. Because we didn't have the freaking balls to go and try to get to win this game. Because of the way we set up.
But it's also
just
the players,
BS,
though. The
man.
players.
And I'll tell you this, I swear to God, I don't want to
not
celebrate.
100%
I'm not
the
celebrating a
man.
loss.
Bro.
But I
That's what we
promise you,
do.
if we drew this game, I'm just going to end on this. If we drew this game, right? If somehow Cunha didn't score, or let's say we went and scored a 3rd goal, you know what's going to happen? The manager's going to come out of this game thinking, he might not say it, but he'll be thinking, you know what? We showed mentality to come back twice. So I'm glad we lost because I'm hoping this loss now will be the wake-up call he needs. So that when we play Leeds next game, he now realizes, shit, this disgusting football that I play doesn't work. Because if I keep playing this way, I'm going to lose the league. So it's time to attack. Maybe we needed this spanking by United. We needed it.
Oi, Staffy. Oi, whip the belt, boy. The spanking, he mentioned it, man. Give it to them. Hey. Terry, I think we get it.
Staffy, that's the trophy.
Go get the belt.
That's
Hey,
the
go
trophy.
get the belt.
The belt. What's hanging on the wall, Staffy? Hang that belt on the wall.
Staffy, I want to go to you next, Staffy, because you've been messaging me quite a lot this weekend when Liverpool were losing. You talk about stars aligning. We went out there today, and a lot of what you said on Friday about taking it, being conservative at the right time, but going after them. United's player stepped up today. United's player stepped up. The manager stepped up. How you feeling right now? Break the game down for us, please, Staffy.
Do I have to break the game down, bro? I actually don't want to break the game down. I want it to be one of those days where I just come in and talk shit, you know? Like, I'm annoyed that Egal's not here, you know? Because no one deserves this belt to ask more than Egal. Egal, show up, man. Where are you? Egal, hold on. This is Egal right now. Put the camera on me. Put the camera on me.
Hang on. Full size.
Can you full size me?
Yeah.
This is Egal. Combined 11's Egal. Only one player gets in the combined 11. The 08 team would lose to this team.
Can I just say, pray for Staffy's children?
I'm crying.
Hang on, do you know what's even funnier than that? Is this.
I have real tears in my eyes.
Put it back on the screen, man. You know what it is, bro? I approach this Arsenal game every season a lot differently. It's just because it's the fucking fan base, bro. Like, I just want to come here and talk about football. But they just don't allow you to talk football because of the garbage that they say at you. I was here Friday. I'm happy that Terry left. Because all the Arsenal fans in the chat, Daddy Terry's not saving you today. Your daddy is not saving you today. I was here trying to speak objective on Friday, trying to say how good our team is, how good some of our players are, the performance I expect. And I gave you guys all the respect. I said, listen, We're not favorites. We're probably not going to get a result. It's probably going to be a tough game because they're going to set up better than us. But we have the individual quality. We have the players. We have the attack. I was here with Don on Friday. I said, man for man, our attack is better than what you guys have. You're a better coached team. We just have better names up front. I said, I have players that can give me moments. I got all the super chats talking shit. This guy's a hater. This guy's a mug. All the weird curse words that you say in England that none of them honestly sound offensive. They just sound stupid. And then just for everything that I said about these players to end up being true. Who had the moments today? Cunha had the moment. Drogu had a moment. Who scored our first goal?
Mbuma.
I forgot who scored. Oh, Mbuma. Thank you. Two of the players in our front line, and one actually that came as a sub, they ended up giving us the moments. Who gave you your goals? I said the one thing about you that I know is inevitable, even though I hate it, you get goals out of nothing. And that's why I know you guys can win any game. And you actually did that. You got an own goal, and you got a set piece goal, which is something we know about you guys. For everyone thought it was deluded to say that these players, based on the game that we did last week, we showed, especially since Emirates left, that these players can actually express themselves. No one wanted to listen after the Burnley game. We said, guys, we cashed our XG today, by the way. We didn't even generate 1 XG today, but we scored 3 goals. But you know why I don't care? Because when we were generating 3 XG against Burnley, or 4 XG, and only scoring 2 goals and not winning, no one wanted to have a conversation about the underlying metrics. No one wanted to be honest. No one wanted to be honest about the difference and the improvement since Emirates left. And anyone, honestly, I told you anyone coming in would have been different. Shout out to Fletcher. He deserved 3 points in that Burnley game. No one wanted to listen. People were having dishonest conversations. Remember what they were saying, KJ? Man Utd 2 starts this season, 2 losses. Is it a coincidence? I got another one for you. Man Utd 2 starts in the league, 2 wins. And those 2 wins are against Arsenal and Man City. Now, is that a coincidence? Carrick, on his first attempt to get a back-to-back win, he already got it. It took Amram about, what, 9-10 months to get that?
No. 35 Premier League games to do it.
Games, a whole.
Thank you. Thank you for giving me the actual number. It took him 35 games to get back-to-back wins. Fletcher, Carrick only needed 2 games. This is what I've been saying about this play. And listen, honestly, my beef is not just with Arsenal fans. United fans, people like Muppeteers, block me all you want. I am on your neck, you fucking pussy. Sitting there saying, what are you guys scared of? Now, what are you scared of? Back-to-back wins against the best 2 teams in the league this season. I don't care about the performance. I don't care how it looked like. I don't care if you thought it was pretty. I don't care about anything. I'm actually not breaking down anything today. I'll save that for Friday. But everyone who wanted to doubt this team didn't want to give Carrick a chance. People generally hate watched us because they cared about Emirates more. Look at the team. Look at the performance. Look at the fight. And Terry, me and you disagreed on a lot of things this season. But I know you're going to give me my flowers when I tell you that all season, me and you disagreed on one thing. I kept telling you that even when we were losing, these players were putting in a shift. These players were fighting. You didn't agree, and that's fine. You're allowed to think that way. Look at the performance today. We're the only team to go to the Emirates this season and actually pick up a win. Honestly, I don't even know if they lost at home last season. So I don't know. The Arsenal fans can tell me. But this is how hard it is for anyone to go there and get anything. And I said, if we get a point, that's the max anyone else has got. I'm happy with it, let alone a win. And we go and we leave all 3 points. I saw fight. I saw resilience. I saw a team that's together. I saw a team that was trying to play ball. Even the goals, bro. Listen, we're lucky. Three shots, 3 goals. You don't really get that. Let's just be honest. It's an anomaly of a game where you score all your shots. But it doesn't matter because they proved to me that the individual quality is there and the discipline is there. The fact that our 2 goals, one of them was an unfortunate own goal and one of them was a set piece, which, by the way, they're the best set piece team in the league anyways. So we know that they score at least, what was the stat Brandon said? 20 of the 4. That's 50%. It was going to happen anyways. But look at this team now. I look at people now finally going to put respect on this team. And I hope we continue to do that. And for all the Arsenal boys that just done the stupid gimmick, all fucking week I had to hear these stupid combined 11s where we only get 1 or 2 player max. Go shove those combined 11s up your ass, bro. Because I'm not trying to hear that bullshit no more. And that's it.
Staffy, listen, me and you do agree on a lot. What I will say is this. I don't think the players gave a shift in every single game. And the reason I believe that even less now is when you listen to what the players are saying about how we're training, how they feel. I just think when players don't feel great under a manager, invariably they won't run as hard. And the third goals that we scored today, what I saw happening under Ruben Amorim, and I saw it happening under Ten Hag as well, to be fair to him, is if we'd have conceded that goal, we'd have gone into ourselves, and the amount of times we conceded back-to-back goals in the space of a couple of minutes because the players would give up. The difference today is the players went, right, we go again, and we attack. We put 5 men in the attack. And for me, there's a difference in there. But where I do agree with you is I think that it's okay to have wanted Amorim to stay and to not think he was a major problem. My big issue with certain Man United fans is that they wanted Carrick to not win these 2 games. They certainly didn't want us to play well so they could say sacking Amorim was silly. And I just, even if I don't agree with, like for instance, I know a lot of United fans hate Ineos. I've lost a lot of hope and faith in them, and I've said that on the biggest Man United platform in the world to millions of people. But I want them to get it right. I want to be sitting here in 2 years, well, 5 years, of a 100,000 seat stadium, Premier League titles, Champions League titles. Everyone going, do you remember when you said anything else were crap? Yeah, and I'm glad I was wrong. Like, that's always my mindset. When I'm negative about something, I never want to be right about it when it comes to my own club, because why would you ever want to be? And in fairness, Staffy is very similar in that way. We've got a lot of super chats to get through. We are running out of time on the show, though, as well. So I am going to, I need to speak here, Anton. What went wrong for Arsenal today? There's a lot been said, but you were nowhere near your best. And, you took a bit of a spanking from United.
Harry, I don't even know if I can, what I just saw today. I have, no words right now. I have backed this football club all fucking year. I have not taken any ground from anybody about this team, and I was convinced after the last 2 performances I saw in the league that we would come out today and we would have a response against this Manchester United team, this same Man United team that you guys are talking about every week about how you guys are just in the mud, maybe Southgate might be the manager one day. This is the stuff I've been talking to KJ about, and we lost to you at our stadium of all teams. And what went wrong for me today?
On that, let me just ask you a question. Let me host for a second. Do you not think there's also a part here? Staffy's alluded to it. We've all spoke on it. Although I still think we're only average to good squad, I actually think when we've got everybody fit, there are some very good players in there. The one thing that me and Staffy disagree on a lot of things. One thing I think we both agree on is that winning only 30% of your games and looking crap in nearly every match for 12 months was not the squad. A competent coach could get our squad performing better. Do you think possibly in going into this game, yes, we beat Man City. Do you think possibly there was some underestimating of Manchester United by your fans, by your club? Could there have been some complacency in the game today?
But see, this is where I find it's completely it's not acceptable for us to be approaching that game this way. Forget about you for a second. For us, we have seen our 2 competitors, I'll call them, because I still don't think that they're title rivals at all, win today. And we have dropped points in our last 2 games, and we needed in the Premier League to come out and take you seriously. Of all managers, I would have thought that Mikel Arteta would have seen what you guys did last week to Manchester United and would have been ready for you. And he wasn't. And what I'm really annoyed about Arsenal right now, I'm starting to see a pattern. The last 3 games in which we have not won in any of them, we start out on the front foot with intent, and it looks really good in the opening 20 to 25 minutes every single week, but it completely drops off.
To be fair, Anton, you just said something there that I don't agree with. We didn't play you guys the same way we played City, so he could have been ready all he wanted, but we played a completely different game. City, we pressed high, we played with possession, we tried to attack, versus we sat back and tried to hit you on the counter for the first 25 minutes of this game. You guys scored a goal, and then we decided to play a different game, but we did
I mean,
not. He
in the
if he
first 25
prepared
minutes
for
of the game,
high
I don't
press-
think you touched the ball in
No,
our
but if
in our area once.
Exactly, but that's my point. Against City, we
That was
did.
by design.
That's literally my point.
Remember,
By
against
design,
City,
we
No,
pressed
come
high
on, no.
against City.
Don't discredit my football team in that way. By design,
hold
we
on, let me finish.
absolutely
No,
played you
let
off
me
the
finish.
park.
I'm
in
not
the first-
discrediting your football team. You said
Yeah.
Arteta should have been ready for the way we played against City. If you watched both games, I watched the City game last night again just to make sure I didn't miss anything. We pressed City high from the jump. We had multiple possession in the side of the pitch because we were at home. So we played like we were at home. This was by design. We let you have the ball. You did not.
Wait.
You
So
did not,
when
hold
Zubimendi
on.
gave it away from Mbeumo, is that not you pressing us high?
Yeah,
That was a mistake. That wasn't pressing high. You actually just made a mistake. That was not. He just jumped on it. He was in position. That was a mistake. Fair. Like,
yeah, but Anton, in the first like 5 minutes against Man City, we hit the flipping crossbar from a corner because we were attacking. Today, we didn't do that today.
we didn't touch the ball for the first 30 minutes.
Then after we scored, that's when we started to creep out a bit, and that's when the mistake happened for us to equalize.
You had to give you stats. You had 22 touches in our box or something, and we had 0.
Yeah.
But that tells you one thing. After you saw the way we played in the second half, that was by design. We let the pressure come on. We held on. We did that on purpose. So to say like he should have been ready, I don't could have tried, but it wouldn't have been for the right game plan. That's all I'm saying.
No, but for me, regardless, at 1-0, when we actually do get in front, the fact that all of a sudden it seems like we just fell asleep at the wheel. That goal that you scored, there are warnings before that, and that's what annoyed me.
Yeah.
Bruno was in one-on-one on goal twice before that, and Mbeumo had an earlier chance one-on-one on goal before that as well.
Now
And
here,
it
let
all
me
just
speak
comes
back
from
to what
us
you said, though.
falling
You just-
asleep in midfield and just
Let
giving the ball
him
away.
land.
But hold on, he said to me real quick though, because he's saying something. It's like I'm catching it as he's saying it. He said, "Give my team more respect than that," and you're saying you fell asleep. No, I think we changed the way we played. I actually think that was in response to the goal. I think you have to look at the game in those phases where you're like, "Oh, it was all us. It was all on us." It wasn't. Like you got to give credit back to United. You scored a goal, and then we changed our tactics. And what happened?
Honestly, Cam, if we brought our level that we're capable of playing today, it wouldn't have mattered what you did. That's what.
Yeah,
makes me
but
upset.
that's fine, Anton. That's fine, right? And as much as I agree to a degree, if you were at your absolute best and every player performed to their absolute best, there is a chance that there is a good chance at your home ground you beat us today, right? That is absolutely true. But my question to you is, why didn't Arteta have you ready? I want to read you some stats, okay? Now, I'm not one of these guys that just goes in on Arsenal for the sake of it, because I think in the next week you're going to hear Chelsea Don say Chelsea are better than Arsenal again. It's going to come out his mouth. But because Saka has no goals in his last 13 appearances in all comps, Gyökeres has no non-penalty goals in his last 11 Premier League games. Gabriel Martinelli, 0 goals in his last 13 league games. Noni Madueke hasn't scored a goal in any Premier League game this season. Trossard only 1 goal in his last 11 appearances in all comps. My question is, you've won a lot of games in that time. You've had some brilliant performances. I praise them. My question to you, especially about the Premier League, is why are these guys right now, and especially today in this game, why were you struggling to create those open play chances? What do you think it was?
I don't know. To be honest, sometimes I'm confused by what we do in terms of our attacking patterns, especially when we're behind. Like everything just seems to just go out wide and kind of get lost. We don't really attack the central areas of the pitch. I'm seeing gaps of spaces in the center attack part of the pitch, by the way, which we were exploiting at the start. You know, when Rice is running into space, and Mendy is running into space, and Odegaard's running into space. And when we're behind, it's like, let's just try to get it wide. It's just like we're lost of ideas.
This is my question to you.
Behind what we're saying.
Do you not think that maybe you feel a little bit confused and lost by it because you're looking at what you're not doing, and what you're maybe not factoring in is any credit to how we stopped you?
Potentially. Mate, look.
Because for me, I get you guys have struggled to score, but what I won't take away from Man United, I won't do it. Because it's disingenuous.
Maybe
we have stopped the top 2 teams in England creating a single proper chance from open play 2 games running. To not put flowers on Man United's performances, I just think is disingenuous.
Okay,
to say the least.
Terry, I will concede on that. You know what? Congratulations to you guys. You guys did very, very well. And you're right. You beat both Arsenal and Man City in back-to-back weeks. The change, how it's changed from in a blink of an eye in a couple of weeks.
I've heard a rumor as well.
Club is different.
I've heard a rumor. I'm just waiting on confirmation, but it looks like Donald Trump is not going to be getting the 2026 Nobel Peace Prize. It's going to Michael Carrick for stopping the Staffy Fluers war.
To be fair, Michael Carrick is more deserving.
You know what, bro? Where's David when we needed him, bro? I had him all this time when it was Emirates, and now when I'm vindicated, he's not here.
Yeah. I don't know where he is. I know we've got to speak to Egal. There's a lot of super chats to do. We've got Anton, Aiden waiting as well. But Seb,
waiting for you, Egal.
Bro, obviously a bad day in the office for Arsenal. There's a lot of stuff going on. People conceding the league. Others saying if we win it, it's only because everyone else is crap. Some still defending everything. Where are you at today? How are you feeling after that defeat?
Well, I was at the pub watching the game, so I've had a few pints of Guinness, so I don't feel that bad, to be honest with you. But yeah, it wasn't a great performance. I don't think we even deserved the point out of that game. I don't think we were very good at all. Man United made us bad. Like they played extremely well. We just had no. It's just so disappointing. It's the same pattern again. Come out in the second half, and there's no intensity there whatsoever. I think Ødegaard deserved to come off. I think playing Jesus at the start of the game was a mistake. He just got marshalled completely. Even on set pieces, you're watching Man United set pieces, and Ødegaard's on like Maguire, and it's just like some of these decisions in the middle of the pitch is just odd decisions. It was just baffling to me. But it's just a lack of chances created, and you think we get gifted a first goal, and you think, right, we've got to build on that now, and then we concede straight away. We then get gifted a second goal again to equalise, because we just didn't deserve to score that again, and then we just concede straight away. Even like, just no, especially with the frustrating bit is, especially with the second Man United Cunha's goal, no one's closing him down. Like, he's got a ball. You've seen him score from long range so many times. You've seen him score so many goals like that, and no one's closing him down at all. So it's just like, I don't know if it's a bit of tiredness because we've had a lot of games in a row, but we go away to, it's like when the pressure's not on and we go away to the San Siro, we can play really well and batter one of the best teams in Europe. Come home when it's like, oh, we need the 3 points here, and then we can't do it. So it's just like the players, it has to come back to mentality a little bit, because it just seems like every time there's a big moment where we can kick on, we just can't do it. I still think we'll win the league just because City have got Liverpool and Tottenham away the next few games, so we can make that gap back again. But today we were not good enough. Man United definitely deserved all 3 points. I don't even think we deserved 3 points there at all. I was watching it with one of my best mates is a Man United fan, so he was over the moon. But even he was sat there at 2-2 going, oh, I've seen this loads of times, you'll probably kick on. And he bloody go and score another one. So, yeah, it's not great from us, to be honest. We need to kick on, because it's starting to turn into a bit of a pattern in the Premier League games where we do this. But yeah, I don't think starting Jesus up front, he was just not good in that first half. He couldn't hold up the ball. He couldn't beat any of his men. He would just run out of play. I think Gyökeres was far better when he came on. I think this is a good game for when Havertz comes back in. We're a lot better at breaking down low blocks when Havertz is in there, just because of his technical ability he has. But yeah, Man United marshaled us. They played perfectly. And we were going to plan for it. You're saying that Man United weren't playing like this against Man City. You've got to expect Man United to come here and play the way they did. They weren't going to come here and go full out on us, because you watch us in the Champions League. If a team comes full out on us, we capitalise on it. So Man United had the perfect game plan. So then that's how they were going to win the game. So I think if Mikel Arteta came in expecting Man United to go full front on this, he's an idiot, because you just weren't going to do that. So for me, it's frustrating, but you're going to lose some games in the league. I don't think Man City have the capabilities this year to capitalise anyway. So it's frustrating, but yeah, Man United deserved all 3 points.
You're winless in your last 3, by the way.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. The pattern is bad, but it's just fortunate that Man City, we're not getting chased by a particularly threatening Man City, I'd say. So yeah, I think we can pick up a bit of form from here. But yeah, it's just frustrating on the day, and yeah, we deserve to lose. So
yeah, listen, for me, what you said about the way we set up, it just reminded me of so many Man United wins, home and away, against Arsenal, Fergie, Wenger. It was exactly how Sir Alex used to play against you. There was rarely was there any point I was trying to dominate you in possession. Yeah. We would do it in phases in the game because I know Ash spoke about it earlier. Yeah, you can't press, and that intensity you showed in the first 20 minutes, no team can do that for 90. You'll fall off. You'll get to the 70th minute and you have no legs left. So there's periods in the game. But I loved how we set up, and it was what we did today. Everything about it was wrong for Arsenal in terms of it's what you guys don't like. The thing that I was worried about in the build up to this game is whether we would commit in the counter attacks with the same numbers and the same intensity, with the same the same intent that we did against City, and we didn't. If you look at Cunha's goal, we have 5, maybe even 6 players in the attacking quarter trying to create, and we under Amorim, we just weren't doing that. Under Ten Hag at times in these harder games, we just weren't doing that. It was just one player, boot the ball long to him and see what would happen. Egal, oh, Egal, Egal, oh, Egal. How are you, mate? You coping all right?
You know, luckily for me, my internet was out for the whole day, but on it, so I didn't see half the stuff that people were saying. But I'll tell you guys this: it's honestly a small dent in our title hopes. Still got 15 more games, but Manchester United deserve the win. Manchester United deserve the win. First team to come to our house and beat us this season. First team to come to our house and score 3 past us in I don't know how long. First time we've conceded 3 goals in over 2 years. 2 great goals from outside the box opened up the game for you guys. But if I go in chronicle order, you guys should have scored at 1-1 with that Bruno chance. Saliba, great defending to stop Bruno from scoring that goal, and that was the first warning sign. You guys are really good attacking wise. I don't know why anybody would think this game was going to be like a goal draw, like we were going to win 2-0 or 3-0 or anything like that. Obviously, you guys have shown that you're a much better team with Carrick, and obviously.
No. Stop. You said we were overconfident because we had 1 win. Don't do that. Now you're saying, oh, but we showed signs with Carrick. You said we were overconfident.
Hey, listen. Everything can change with the new manager.
Talk, please.
Everything can change with the new manager. You guys, he set you guys up quite well. And you know, the person who I'm gonna give the most credit to, forget about Cunha, Bruno, everybody else. Patrick Drogu showed the confidence that you guys had going into this game by coming out and saying he's coming for 3 points at the Emirates. Out of everybody else, I've not seen somebody say they're going to come and do something to us and actually go and do it. So fair play to you guys. Fair play to Patrick Dorgu for saying it and actually backing his own words by scoring a goal. And if I'm going to talk about Arsenal, Zubamendi had a poor game. He shouldn't have had a soft back pass to give you guys that first goal.
Starting of the season, no?
Honestly, he's been great all season, but that was a poor performance from him today versus Manchester United. And he also did not perform great in the first game versus you guys. And then I'm happy we just played you guys.
Bruno sees barbecue chicken when he sees this guy. You guys don't want to listen to me.
I'm happy we played you guys at Old Trafford first game of the season, got that out of the way early. Because if we played you guys later on in the season away from home, it might have been a different story. As for our goals, we scored 1 goal from a set piece. We scored 1 own goal. I need to see more dynamism from the team. I need to see more attacking intent. Overall, we can criticize the players. We can criticize the manager. We can criticize everyone's at fault today. It's not one individual. I'm not going to take it out all on Zubamendi. I'm not going to take it all on Raya for conceding those goals. I thought there were some great goals. We might have an issue with goals being scored from distance, because now I've seen a couple goals going from distance under Raya. We need to analyze that. But overall, Manchester United, you guys deserve the win. And if you guys want to banter Arsenal fans, so be it. You guys came into this game extremely confident. I did not get where all the confidence was coming from after 1 game, but fair play. You guys showed up, and I thought, you know what, we're at home. I just don't expect us to lose at home. So I'm not going to sit here and go crazy. People talking about title races and everything else. There's no need to be concerned. We need to get ourselves back up. I would rest every single starter in the next Champions League game and just focus on the league and say, you know what, we got Leeds, we got the Champions League top 2 spots locked up. So just focus on Leeds away next. And yeah, fair play to Man United. I can't say anything more than just credit to you guys. You guys put a dent in our sail today.
You know what, Egal? If it's not even overconfidence. The reason people do things like this is because of people like you. It's because you didn't want to hear it when we were just trying to give ourselves a chance. All I did was look in the group chat. All I said was, I was like, you know what? Maybe we can get 3 points tomorrow. I smelled 3 points. Oh, overconfident. What's overconfident about that? me rating my players is not overconfidence. I've rated them all season anyways, beyond the manager. I've rated them all season. So no one can talk to me now and say, oh, you're only doing it because a win against Man City. These players have been good. Not all of them. Some of them I want them gone. But for the most of them, we always said this team was better than that. We always said, just give us a chance with another manager and you'll see. See us under 4-3-3 or 4-5-1 or whatever it is. See us with an actual midfield that tries to engage in the game and actually tries to play football rather than that horde midfield that Emirates was playing. No one wanted to listen to us. Everyone wanted to dismiss us. Everyone thought we were crazy. And now we got 2 wins and now everyone wants to say, oh, you know what, credit them, credit that. You weren't doing that before that. You were not entertaining that before that at all.
1 second.
And this is why we do this.
Congratulations, Staffy.
1 second.
You're
But
not
to be
crazy,
fair,
okay? You
to be
won.
fair, why
Okay?
would I
Good
credit
for
something
you.
that hasn't happened?
What do you say? Who's this guy clapping? What are you saying?
Well, I said, why would I give you credit for something that hasn't happened yet?
No, not you. What's this, Anton?
Yo,
What are you
Staffy,
clapping
I'm
for?
not Visa. I don't hand out credit. Okay.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie. That joke did not hit with anyone. What did that even mean?
Oh, give me credit. Give me credit. I told you guys.
I didn't ask you to give me credit. Do I know you? Who is this guy? I don't even know this guy. Anyways, Egal, back to what you were saying. Just humble down a little bit, bro. I'll be honest, because you guys haven't established anything. And it's not just you, bro. It's all the other content creators that just wanted to dismiss us going into the game, not give us a chance to do anything. You guys look at us like we have 3 heads every time we talk about these players and talking about their ability and what they've been doing and not giving us a chance at anything, bro. And I hope now in the 2 games, listen, we can go ahead and lose the next game. I don't know what's going to happen. People are going to come at us and they're going to talk shit to us. That's how football is. Football's all about winning and losing. It's fine. And it's not going to go beyond this game. Me and you are friends anyways. This is why we're doing this. And we're going to get over it tomorrow. And it's going to be whatever. All right. But the fact is people didn't want to give this team a chance at all. People were having conversations saying this team can't get in top 6. And by the way, there was some United fans doing that as well. It's not just rivals. People were saying, oh yeah, they can't get into top 6. And we were talking about, bro, the teams in Villa that are thriving this season. Teams like Newcastle were catching it, but Brentford was in touching point of top 4, and people didn't want to listen to it. I hope today, bro, with a big win like this at the Emirates against a team like this is going to put a lot of respect and confidence in these players, but it's going to put a lot of respect for this team in some people's eyes. Because the way we got dismissed before the game, like you guys were prime Barca, I'm sorry, bro. I think you guys are going to win the league, but please stop talking about it like you guys are untouchable. It's just, that's not the case. And I hope now you humble down a little bit moving forward towards the season.
Guys, like, share, and subscribe. I'm going to do some of these super chats. I know we've still got to speak to Aiden and Mr. Bond as well on the show. Arsenal should have played for the win instead of corners. We played for the win. Give Carrick a lifetime contract. Commiserations, Tell. You must be so upset at the loss. Listen, bro, I still want Arsenal to win the league. But honestly, I was having this conversation with KJ all week. I'm like, nothing more do I want than Man United to win this game. I honestly hope Arsenal don't collapse from here because City winning the league is painful. But listen, this has put Man United in a really good position to push for a Champions League spot. And to be fair with you, if someone said to me now, Man United get the Champions League, but Liverpool or City come back and win the league from here, I'm taking that option because my club's progression means more to me than anything else. I'm not Tottenham. To have your first 2 games as a manager against the second and first teams in the league table and win them both is indeed very special. Today's goals came from new players, shows improvements in the recruitment. Look, Hash, you know what's interesting? I nearly said something earlier, and I'm holding back on it because I want to see a few more games. But we all do this, by the way. We all do this in different ways and in different shapes and different forms. But you look at, for instance, the situation with Drogu. Most people thought he weren't that good of a buy, but a new manager's come in. He's gone into a more natural position for him. He's looking really good. I felt Cunha's been good all year, and Bumo's a good signing as an example. And I think that we have made some good business. And sometimes this is a hope that I have, as opposed to something I truly believe in. It's a hope, which is maybe a lot of the cultural improvements and the behaviors of players and a lot of the other behind-the-scenes elements that needed to improve at Man United were being improved. Maybe we just didn't have a coach that was getting the best out of those improvements. And maybe now we'll see them and we'll see the wood for the trees. And maybe in 3 months, in 6 months, we won't be looking at the club with through such toxic eyes. So, but I'm not making that as a statement. It's just maybe that will come true. And I hope that's what happens, because who would not want their club to get better and be in a better situation? But listen, our recruitment in the summer, I stand on it. I said to him, again, we will get things right, we get things wrong. One thing I said we would do this following season is we'd score 20 to 30 additional goals compared to last year, and we're well on track to do that. Sorry, David, you were watching if I mentioned tracking. Revenge of the Nerd Boys are gutted. Brandon tried to tell you next time, listen to the OG. All jokes aside, great match. Big Art Ronin. I'm glad you changed your username. It's easy. I hate that they do usernames, the app rather than usernames. 3 shots on target, 3 goals. Yeah, love it, bruv. Love it. If this for all the blind idiots saying Gyökeres is the reason we've been poor, not our general play issue. This result is completely deserved, and I hope it stops the scapegoating.
I have to completely agree with this, by the way. For everybody was asking for Jesus to start the whole week, and because Gyökeres apparently is shit, even though he had 2 goals in 3 games, and Arteta gave you what you wanted, and he couldn't hold on to the ball when he was given good opportunities. Just lost it. We had literally one time we played him through. He could have been a 1-on-1, and he couldn't even keep hold of the football.
No, listen, I don't disagree. I actually think when Gyökeres came on, he did more in that period than Jesus did the whole time. He was actually causing Lissandro Martinez problems. That was a mistake from Mikel Arteta. He shouldn't have bowed to the fan demand. He should have gone with his guns, stuck to his guns. Arsenal are dismissed when they win and criticised when they lose. I'm unbothered and I expect no less at this point. It's a tale of old times. I'll be honest with you. Listen, I'm getting a lot of stick in the group chats from people going, "Oh, this is the Arsenal you're scared of, Terry." You will know the context of the word "scary" when I said it 3 to 4 years ago, and everything I predicted has come true. What I won't do, even after this defeat, though, is go. I get where Staffy's coming from. It's more at the fans and being dismissed and things people said to him. But for me, I still don't agree Arsenal are only top because everybody else is crap. I don't believe that the whole of football's fallen off. That's why they're top of Europe. They are a very good team. They're going for a bad patch. And most teams that win league titles go for a bad patch. And Gary Neville said one thing, and it's very true. This is when you really see what teams are made of. It's how they come out the other side. They're going for a bad period. Who would be surprised, though, in 2 league games' time if they're not back to having a 7 or 8 point gap again with City dropping points? And then all the crying and boohooing will be for nothing. I think I've said it all along. And Cal did say in our group chat earlier, I'm gaslighting. I'm not. I think what Arsenal fans need to do is criticise today and be a bit sad. But from tomorrow, put your arms back around your players, support them, cheer them on. It's very important to do that.
7 points out of 9 in the last, like even me, I have defended this team by hook or by crook. I've been with you 100%. But after today, I literally said, I put it out on the line. I said, this team is a team that is supposed to go on to be the champion. You have to win. You cannot drop 3 games in a row. I was going on mocking City for dropping 4 games in a row, and we're 1 game off of that. Like, I do get you, by the way, Terry. That's in my head. That's what I really want to see us happen is us to go out, beat. I think we play first next time. We go out, beat Leeds, restore that 9 point gap, and see what City does. I think they play away at Spurs, and see kind of what happens from there. But
yeah, I agree.
It's a bit of a gut punch. Not gonna lie though, Terry.
Terry, if you mean Casemiro, that should be sold. Scored the best in the world midfield and team. Always preaching footnotes to leave, even when he's Man United's best player. Well, it's not about me hang on, sorry, dear, I'm going to get a bit annoyed at you here. The player himself has said he has to go. At the end of the day, not every decision in football is about the here and now. You have to think long term. And at 350k a week, a player who is aging, a player that won't be able to play 2 games a week if we do make it back into Europe, you have to look to move on. Have I been attacking Casemiro? No, I've actually been one of the biggest defenders of Casemiro this entire time. When people like Staffy's gone now, not talking behind his back, it's in public, was blaming him for the midfield problems more so than the holes that were being created by the system, more so Ten Hag than Amorim. I was defending him saying it's a system. Equally today, performances like today against these types of teams will help Casemiro's because you're compact and you're all together. If we were more open and more expansive and left him more isolated, that is when at his age he would get exposed. So no, I'm not crying. Very happy. Hate being right. Arteta out. Top Gooners out. F off is what's said here. We always did that. What you do, he predicts a loss every week. It's the first time in 30 weeks he's been right.
Yeah,
that
I
you've
know.
lost.
Exactly.
It's your first time in 30 Arsenal games he's been correct, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. First time in 30 games. I always did that at Chelsea run out of play. This take is wild. Arsenal fans crashing out. Yeah, they're not very happy today. Calm the fuck down. Arsenal can't win every game. This is our third loss in all comps all season. We'll bounce back. We're more likely than City to win our next 5 games. This is true. This is also true.
I do agree. I do agree with that. But at the same time, though, we don't win every week. We haven't won in nearly 4 weeks now. So,
in the league, yeah. If United never scored, he wouldn't have made the changes. We went into panic mode. I mean, Arteta might not have made all the same decisions if they were winning 1-0. Yeah, you're right. I mean, what are we doing there, Nav? Yeah. Madness. All the away teams won today. Yes, crazy results in the Prem today. You guys are a bunch of jokes. If you think we are going to win the league without a manager, good luck with that. If Arteta wins the league, I will donate my kidney for free. Listen, that'll sell for a lot of money. I'll take it. I'll sell it on the black market, bruv. Rice, Eze, and Odegaard was the sub. Why Trossard? No Saka. Yeah, I don't disagree. I think Trossard was actually quite dangerous in the game. I wish official stats would give Zubimendi an own goal for that shit today. He deserves it. Reminder, first win in 7. Can we all calm down? I hear you. Blame Arteta 100%. Poor setup. This game needed Waneri. He's not there. Gyökeres was good. Odegaard and Zubi crap. Our midfield and attack are useless, is what North says here. Egal is useless, but not him alone. There is another delusional one called Anton. He's an arse-hole. That as well. Oh, that's not nice. Jesus Christ, Abdul. Chill out, bruv. It's just football. I didn't know it was going to be said.
Okay. Yeah. Anton is many things, and he's not an arsehole. That's the thing. He's not.
No, he's not. He's not. Why people saying drop points?
I don't need to defend myself on the air.
I hear you there. Arsenal forwards have been ineffective all year long. This isn't just as a day thing. It's a fair point. Calafiori, Gabby, Saliba, and Timber lining up every week. That's the true difference between the start of the season for Arsenal and now. Consistency died. Egal and Anton, when is the title going to be handed to us? You two need to take Arteta on a date.
The same guy who just called me an a-hole. Okay.
Yeah. When Arteta Odegaard plays well, we play well. Unfortunately for us, he has been missing for multiple games now, is what Fakat says here. And I'm sorry, but to hear an Arsenal fan talk about deserved credit, what credit have you earned, is what Liverpool fan says here. Aiden, how are you, mate?
I'm good.
Give us your thoughts on the game.
I think, first of all, I think looking at how our attack is now, and obviously scoring 3 goals at the Emirates, which a lot of teams haven't done in over 100 games, and you can now see with our attack, Cunha didn't even start. He came on, scored a goal. Sesko didn't even start, and he was our big money signing striker. I think now with United, you can see we've got options on the bench. The whole bench we had options that could come on and make a difference, like we saw from Cunha. And I think overall with United now, I think with Amorim it was a lot more of complicated for the players. I think with now Carrick coming in, I think he's simplified a lot of things with just sitting us back against the big teams like Arsenal, sitting us back and hitting on the counter. I think that's going to, against those teams, it will work. And I think with the attacking power we've got now, I think overall, I think United from this point forward, we've got to go forward now. And these wins won't mean much if we don't go across and win against Fulham. And I think we've got Spurs soon as well. I think we need to really kick on and get more wins in a row. Otherwise, the City and Arsenal games won't really mean much as opposed to
I think they'll still mean a lot. for this moment.
Like,
This is the
yeah.
best. This is the best 12 days we've had in like 3 years as a United fan. You know what I mean? So, like,
in that sense, yeah. But I mean, like in terms
yeah.
of the table, like because if we do go back, I know we had Amram and all that, but if we won the games against Wolves, against Burnley, I think we had Fletcher then actually. But if we won those games, we'd been in a lot better position. So I think getting these 6 points now, obviously the feeling's great. The points on the table are great. It's just now we need to kind of get a rhythm going with the Fulham game next week. And I think we've got 3 home games in a row, so those really should be wins. And I think seeing, like I said, the attacking power we've got up front now with Mbeumo scoring goals, Bruno top assists in the Premier League. Bruno's playing good when he's back in his position and not in a pivot in midfield. I think now having Bruno back in his preferred position will be a massive plus, and a lot of the players at United are in like the attacking area are actually playing really well, which you just love to see, really.
I agree with you, mate. It is great to see, and it's been a brilliant 12 days. Mr. Bond, how are you feeling, mate? Because you must be feeling a certain level of not validation, but vindication, because you spoke a lot about the team having far more capability than we were showing for the past 12 months, and in the last 2 games, that's been demonstrated in abundance.
He spoke about Cunha as well.
Yay! How do I feel? Cunha Bruno, Mbeumo, Cunha Bruno. That's how I feel right now. I'm going to drown myself in comps after this. I'm going to do that. But yeah, overall, I thought the game it's like an NBA game, basketball, right? It's all about matchups. Some teams, even if they're the best team, might have a difficulty breaking down another team. And from the beginning, it was very obvious that Arsenal had to score in the first 30 minutes because we knew that they'll be better in the first 30 minutes. And after that, it's not humanly possible to play at that intensity for the whole game. And that was where United had to come back. Now, Arsenal scored in the first 30 minutes. Then they shot themselves in the foot by conceding shortly after that. So then the whole advantage they built up was gone. And the thing about Arsenal is that someone else was talking about lacking play through the middle. And the truth of the matter is, Arsenal fans, be honest with yourselves, you don't have creativity through the middle. And that's why you go out wide. Declan Rice is a ball progressor. He's not a through ball specialist or something. Odegaard is very measured with the way he does things. And the way United set up meant that you had to go wide. And that was sort of the game plan, I believe. And the thing is, because of Arsenal's, please, they're the best team in the league. So don't be upset when I say limitation. Because of that limitation, Arsenal have to attack with almost the whole team. And that's why the first 30 minutes were the way they were. But then when you can attack with the whole team and Arsenal are basically attacking 6 players in front, 5 at the back, when they go into that, the play becomes very disjointed. And that's exactly what happened. And then speaking of matchups, United are so set because of the sort of players that we have that we can then hit people on the break. And that's how we just played out. When you start to have gaps between midfield and defense, that sort of game favors United 9 out of 10 times. And that's how Cunha found himself in pockets of space, that sort of thing. So it was not very surprising in that sense. Arsenal, I still believe, are the best team in the league. They're probably the best team in Europe. But I personally think they might need some other type of midfielder who can actually create stuff. But enough of Arsenal. One good difference between this team and Amorim's team is defensive organization. So Amorim played a system where it was man for man. And that's why when you play man for man and your man gets skinned, you will most likely be in trouble. And that's why Dayo he's still not a great player. Let's just put it out there. But that's why Dayo looked worse under Amorim. The system we have now has built-in redundancy. So you beat someone and then there's someone coming to mop up. And I need to give Carrick, everyone needs to give him, to be able to do that within the space of 2 weeks, actually maybe 5 days before the City game. That's a huge thing. And I'll end on this. It was never the players in terms of quality. They've always had that quality. It's all about platforming players the right way. And that's something coaches like Fergie and Pep have always done. You put players in the best situation for them to express themselves the best way. And that's something Amorim feel that we always saw the worst of his players. And I'll leave it at that.
Look, I don't disagree with the defensive side of things. Amram's whole system was about matchups in terms of, is my player better than your player? And if he is and gets the better of those duels, you'll do well. And the problem is in the Premier League is that this is why, although I know a lot of people go, I have complete faith in our squad. I have faith in certain players. I still think we have what I call an average to good squad. If it's coached really well, you can get more out of it. The problem is when you want them to be in individual battles all the time, a lot of them, like Dayo as a defender, is going to consistently lose a lot of his battles individually because he's not of that level. But and I think also when players know I've got to win my battles, we're in trouble. That must have a negative effect on how you play.
Yeah,
because you realize there's no foul safe, there's no stopcock. We can turn the water off if something goes wrong. Yeah, if I make a mistake, we're in on goal. But yeah, we've been so much better these last two games. And Mark Goldberry just messaged me saying Carrick will get the job. He's fuming. No, I'm going to chat to him on Tuesday. But yeah, look, I think, excellent to see. There's no doubt. We have a super chat here from Brian, who says at the end of it all, these Arsenal fans spent all week saying they'd beat the 08 United team and got beat in their own crib by the 2006 United. Good job, everyone. I will say that as well, just as on the 08 United team. Almost none of our players today get in that 08 team. And the way we beat you today is exactly how we beat you in that Champions League semi-final. It was absorb and then counter. It's why I call it the United way. I called it the United way. You know, it's in the big games anyway. I absolutely love it. I really, really do. Look, I want to thank you all for coming on the show today. And that's been a very, very long one. It always is after these big games. We've had obviously people jumping in and out the show. Over 50,000 people tune into the show today, which is amazing. I want to thank everyone who super chatted and supported the channel. We're back tomorrow, straight facts in the morning. We'll have the top 6 show at 6 p.m. Please all come back for it. I know a lot of you, the big thing you will tune into every week is the match reactions. I appreciate that, but be back for those shows as well. It means a great deal to us if you can be there. But Anton, Aidan, Mr. Bond, KJ, and all of my panelists tonight, thank you for coming on. The members, everyone who super chatted, you're legends. You support this channel so much, and without you, we wouldn't be here. But until next time, take care, goodbye, God bless, and we're going to see you all again soon. Peace.